92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The girl on the phone for a second date update today met the guy that she wants to call in a place where I've never even seen people talk.
What?
I've never seen anybody utter a word to each other in this place.
What is it?
So I don't know how they actually met. No, not a library, because people still whisper and things like that at a library.
And Jubal's been inside a library.
True.
Oh, no. They have free internet access there.
Oh.
So I've been at a library, trust me, making all kinds of noise. But I have never seen anybody ever speak to each other, even when I'm with somebody, on the shuttle to the airport.
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking
Everybody
about?
just
I always
sits
talk to everyone.
Oh, you're the one then. Because I've never seen it. Everybody's kind of sitting there angry, like I just need to get to my terminal. Yes. Why is this driver driving like that? What's the deal? Why do I have to tip him? Anyway, this is stupid. I don't have cash. And everybody's upset. But she actually struck up a conversation, I guess, on an airport shuttle. What's up, Stephanie?
Hi, what's going on?
Not much. How did you meet a dude on the shuttle onto the airport?
I'm just as surprised as all of you are. I was on my way from my car, those little park and ride buses, and this guy gets on at the next stop after me, and he's all like, I almost didn't make that one. Like, he's obviously wanting to be conversational.
He wants attention as soon as he gets on. I saw somebody do that the other day.
Or he's just friendly, you guys. Like, he can just be a friendly person who, I don't know, likes life.
I don't think so. He wants attention. So he got on and was talking to everybody or just talking to you?
Well, it was just like me and him, and the driver. I'm not just going to ignore him. So we start talking, and then it turns kind of flirty. I can tell that he's like, oh, and I don't know, the conversation definitely shifted from him worrying about his flight to, a more flirty type of thing.
And were you instantly attracted to him when he walked onto the shuttle bus?
As soon as I kind of turned around, because I heard him talk initially, and I was like, here we go. I wasn't even going to pay him any attention. And then when I kind of turned around, I was like, oh, hey.
Hey, I'll talk to you.
You're like, great, the annoying dude just got on the shuttle. Oh, wow, the annoying dude's kind of attractive. Come over here, sit next to Mama.
Yeah, you can sit right here on my lap.
That's not a very long ride, though, to get from, I almost missed my shuttle to, hey, do you want to go out on a date?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so this is what happened. So we're flirting, we're talking, and it was really cute. He was just like, I really want to take you out, but I won't be back for a few weeks, so let's go on a date right now.
Dang, this guy gets down to business.
I was like, wait, what? Now? I don't understand. So he proceeds to open up his briefcase. Inside, he's got these bags of airplane peanuts, those little mini bottles of liquor, and he opens up his phone and looks for love song station. I'm just the entire time dying inside. And
so wait, he meant right now, as in on the shuttle bus, not when we get to the airport, let's find a bar that we can go to together.
No, as we're driving, he starts setting up shop in his lab, and I'm like, oh my gosh, of course. Normally, I'm so busy, I never have time to date, and now I'm gonna go on a date, and it's on a shuttle bus. It's ridiculous.
I like it though.
Yeah, did you like it or was it weird? Because I'd be like, this guy might be an alcoholic. He's got airplane shots on him, and it's the only thing that he eats, little bags of peanuts from the airport.
I mean, honestly, when he first started taking out, I thought I was going to, die of embarrassment. And then I was kind of just like, you know what, that's kind of sweet. Let's just date right now. And I've got everything we need. Let's go. I was like, okay.
Did it feel planned? Maybe he has done this before. He comes prepared with all these items when he gets on any shuttle bus?
I mean, he seems like he travels a lot. So, it seemed like, I have leftover peanuts. It very well could have just been stuff he had left over. I mean, if he would have pulled out, a tablecloth and a candle, I was like,
You're like, wait a minute. Why do you have silverware? They're not going to let you through security with that.
And what kind of magician are you? How did you fit all that into your bag?
So how long did your date last then on the shuttle?
It was pretty short-lived, but it was really cute, and we had a good time. We were just laughing. A lot of it was just us laughing. So we finally get to my terminal, and I have to get off, and I'm like, oh no, the most strange but awesome day in America is ending. So we exchanged phone numbers because he said he was going to be gone for a few weeks. And I also was like, here's my email. If you want to email me while you're on your trip. And he's like, I'm really looking forward to seeing you when I get back. It's kind of I don't know, like, it just seemed like the stuff you see in a movie. I was like, this is not happening. I'm, like, all for it. I'm, like, ready to go.
So you really thought when he was going to get back, he'd give you a call?
Yeah. So I have his phone number, so I called him. I left him a voicemail, just, like, hey, checking in. I had a great time, all that. But never heard back from that. And I also sent him an email to kind of check in because I didn't hear back from the phone call. But nothing. It's just I haven't heard from him, and I've heard you guys do these things before, and I was, hoping that maybe we can get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. Do you think that he's just not back from his trip yet?
I mean, it's been a little over 2 weeks now, so he should have already come back according to, like, the conversation we had on our shuttle bus date. But if anything, he could have just emailed me back at least to kind of, something. Give me something back.
I mean, if he was into you, he would have at least been like, man, I'm still busy, but as soon as I get back from my trip, you and I will go out on another shuttle bus. Maybe even a city bus next time.
Don't get wild.
All types of public transit dates are in the future.
Can you say that one more time? Sorry, I couldn't hear your phone.
All kinds of public transit dates seem to be in my future. After
Yeah.
You can go to train.
I don't know how he wouldn't be into you if he did that cute little thing. Like, he didn't have to do any of it, Yeah. He's the one that initiated all of this.
I mean, yeah, and even if his trip ran longer or something like that, I mean, I think I would have just expected something, but maybe I'm jumping the gun. I'm not too sure.
Well, let's find out. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
No problem. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Stephanie is on the phone, and her first date with a dude included everything. Romantic music, exotic nuts, smooth alcoholic beverages. And did it end with a kiss? No. Unfortunately, it didn't end with a kiss. It ended with some guy going, "We're at the Delta terminal. If you're getting off a Delta flight, get off here. United Terminal is next." And then the two parted ways. That's because Stephanie met the dude that she wants to call today on an airport shuttle. She was going from her car to the airport, and some guy got on and then sat next to her, and they had a shuttle date.
Yeah.
Which is the weirdest date we've ever heard of, but she liked it a lot because she thought it was funny and original. He sat next to her, pulled out airplane shots of alcohol, opened up his phone and put on an app that had romantic music, and they shared some airport nuts on the way to the terminal, and then the date was over. He said he was going out of town for a few weeks and that he would call her when he was back, but he hasn't called. So we're going to get him on the phone and find out why he's not calling her back.
And if you did jump the gun on this and he was like, well, I was actually going to call her later this afternoon, are you going to be embarrassed?
I mean, at least I'll get an answer. Maybe a little bit.
Right?
Yeah.
That's all right. You might be able to save it, though, and be like, all right, well, let's talk now, and then go out,
And have another date right when we're on the phone, because that's what you guys do, right?
Yeah, just the impromptu dates will continue forward.
Yeah. I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get him, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Jamie.
Yeah, this is Jamie. What's up?
Jamie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Wait, what?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Thanks for listening.
And I'm calling you today because we actually had a listener email us to see if we can get in contact with you. Her name is Stephanie.
I don't know a Stephanie, so you're going to have to help me out here.
I think you probably do know a Stephanie. You met her while taking the shuttle to the airport.
And they're on the airport shuttle?
Yeah.
Wait, you seriously don't remember right now?
Still?
Oh, my God. Well, yeah, you're really going to have to refresh my memory here.
What do you mean I'm going to have to? How would I have to refresh your memory if you met somebody on an airport shuttle? I've never met one person on an airport shuttle.
Yeah, you could say I've met a few people on airport shuttles. What? So, like I said, you're going to have to help me out here, dude.
You know, the girl that you pulled out the nuts and the alcohol for, you played the romantic music on your phone. You said you'd call her.
So why are you laughing? What's so funny?
You guys got to tell me what she looks like, seriously.
I don't know.
We didn't
I've
know.
never seen a picture of her. She just sent us an email and asked us to call you.
We figured that description was probably going to be good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there anything else specific you can give me here? Because if you don't know what she looks like and I don't know what she looks like, we're going nowhere.
I'll tell you what we know. We know that you met her on the airport shuttle. She was sitting there when you got on. You sat down and flirted with her and had a real quick shuttle date. And she said that you told her you were going to be gone for a few weeks on business, but you'd get in touch with her when you get back. She said she'd called you and emailed you, but has heard nothing.
Wait, so you said she emailed me?
Yeah.
Yes. That's all we know.
Oh, the email girl?
Wait, how is she the email girl?
How's she not the shuttle girl and the email girl?
Well, she was email girl on the shuttle, but wait, she called a radio station to get a hold of me.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah.
That's hilarious. I mean, it's great. It's great. I'm not like complaining, but like, wow, I can't believe she did that.
What?
Okay, so you're excited
so
that she
weird.
did this, but you don't remember her.
Well, like I said, I remember who she is now, just from the emails. But wow, I can't believe it worked.
Hey, wait, if you're excited that she contacted us to talk to you, why didn't you email her back?
I'm more curious why you said I can't believe it worked.
Yeah, what worked?
It's amazing that it worked to the point where she would go this far with it.
Whoa.
So wait, was the whole thing like a shtick that you used to lots of ladies on the shuttle bus?
Well, that day it was, yeah.
That day it was.
Yeah, here's the deal. I mean, I'm not like one that likes to brag about himself, but I don't do too badly when it comes to like meeting ladies and picking up girls and whatever.
Okay.
So I decided, why not be a little entrepreneurial about it and write a book about being able to pick up women quickly in unusual places.
So wait, this
Okay,
is that
so-
it was like research for your book?
Well, I can't write a book about being able to pick up women in weird places if I don't actually try to pick up women in these places. So I have to have test subjects, so to speak.
Okay, so you were on the shuttle that day.
Yeah, trying to see how many numbers I can get.
I don't know how I feel about all this.
Whoa.
And did it, I mean, other than this, did it work well?
Yeah, actually, surprisingly, it worked quite a few times. My batting average wasn't bad that day.
Okay, wait though. I get that was your point, but were you actually interested in Stephanie?
I mean, there was nothing wrong with her, per se. I mean, she's nice.
So that's a no.
Well, I mean, I didn't call her back, but I'm still pretty excited that the whole thing worked as well as it did. I mean, she went so far as to email a radio station, so that's pretty good.
Don't you feel like it's a little messed up though?
I mean, I'm not sleeping with them. I'm not, like, taking their money. I'm just giving them time.
Yeah, but you're still leading them on, and it's all a lie.
No, calling her back would have been leading her on. Plus, the information that I'm getting from what I'm doing is going to help so many other dudes out, especially since it worked. So, if I can hold up for a second, what's your name again on the phone?
Jubal, Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay. Can I have permission from you to put this whole deal in my book? Because this is pretty awesome.
Oh.
The second date update, the fact that she would call a radio station?
Just the whole thing is beautiful.
Yeah, I guess. I don't care. Sure.
Sweet.
If I give you permission to do that, can I have your permission to put her on the phone with you right now? Because she's actually listening and wants to talk to you.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes, I am.
Oh, the twists.
Surprise.
Stephanie?
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, what's up?
What's wrong with you?
Nothing?
No, but like at a fundamental level, like what's wrong with you?
You didn't think something was that wrong with me, like, I guess, whenever, a couple weeks ago.
I mean, that's when I, didn't have any clue. They were trolling the airport to write a ridiculous book that's going to help no one. Like, what's wrong with you?
Well, actually, I think I just established that it's going to help guys, and,
It's going to help guys pick up women that you'll never speak to again? I'm confused on how this book's going to work.
Well, no, the idea for the other guys that are picking up the women is so that they do speak to them again. So, if anything, you're helping those guys out, too, if you put it in perspective.
So it's a positive thing, Stephanie, that his whole date was just a sham.
There's nothing positive about any of this.
Are you pissed?
It's like a combination of like rage and like speechlessness. So if I'm having like a real bad struggle, like not jumping through the phone and tearing out your eyes.
So it's a yes.
And like also looking for the right words to say.
Look, I'm sorry that you're offended, but you do have to understand that you were part of a much bigger project, and you were a positive part of it. So that's good. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't have interacted with you in a way that was fun if I wasn't actually enjoying our conversation. So we can, you can look at it that way.
I just, I honestly just can't believe that I bought the whole thing. It seemed so sincere and impromptu, but you had been running this game up and down the airport all day.
Well, if it makes you feel, I mean, you were probably the nicest person that I talked to.
Oh, that's
You don't
that's
remember
sweet.
that. You're such a liar. You didn't even remember who she was when we called you.
Well, I remember now when you said email.
Yeah, of course you do.
And Stephanie, I mean, I would look at it this way, Stephanie. You already said that you had a great time, and those are kind of things that you can't give back. And, even though I didn't call you back, it doesn't mean that we didn't enjoy a moment together, at least that little shuttle ride that we had,
Dude, he is.
You are good.
He's good, man.
Yeah.
I want to date him.
You got to understand how she feels used and stupid, though.
Well, I mean, feelings weren't really my intention, and my intention wasn't to hurt anybody. My intention was to write a book, and, sometimes you get collateral damage with this kind of subject matter.
You hear that, Stephanie? You just took some shrapnel. That's all. No big deal.
Right in the neck.
Yeah.
Jamie, I have to ask this question no matter what. Jamie, would you like to go out on an actual
No,
date?
do not ask Jamie about another date. Don't.
You're
Not necessary to do that at all.
Oh, man.
Come on, Stephanie, you got to admit, after this whole radio deal, the whole thing's kind of funny. So, maybe we could just, have a drink and laugh about it. You know what I mean? I kind of owe you.
kind
Maybe
of
you
owe
can
you.
have a drink by yourself, Jamie, while you laugh over writing this book.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think you won her over.
Well, it's unfortunate, but, it's now that I'm talking to you and I kind of get a better gauge in your personality or whatever, but I can always go back and ride the shuttle, I guess.
Yeah, back to the shuttle to meet some more ladies.
Always got the shuttle.
Yeah.
The shuttle Casanova.
Hey, Stephanie, I'm sorry you did not get a second date.
Yeah, well, it's probably better that way at this point.
You have a cool story to tell, though.
You know you're going to be buying that book just to see what he actually said about you.
What do you mean buy this book? He's going to give me a free copy.
Yeah. You at least owe her that, Jamie.
Yeah.
Sign.
I think I can make that happen. I know the writer.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I think we talked to the new best-selling author in America.
Really?
And we don't know it exactly yet because the book hasn't been released. But a text in at 78592 says, I'm a woman, and I think the airport shuttle second date update guy is awesome. I think he's a genius, and he's going to sell a ton of books. Somebody else had texted in at 78592. What's his book called? I need to get it. It's a page turner. If you missed today's second date update, Stephanie wanted to call a dude named Jamie. They actually met in the airport shuttle. Mm-hmm. She got on. He was on the shuttle. They talked for a second. And then he was like, let's have a date right now. I'm a pretty busy guy. And he pulled out airplane shots and peanuts, and they talked for a little bit, and then they got off the shuttle, and that was it. He said he would call her, but he never called her. And the reason why, he was just doing research that he's doing for a book he's writing about how to meet women in unexpected places.
Wow.
And apparently his date ideas are really good because every woman texting in at 78592 says they love that if that would happen.
That's crazy. Are you kidding me?
Can't wait for his book to come out.
Me too.
Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Whenever people hear someone's an artist, there's a lot of stereotypes that come with that. That they're financially strained.
Yeah.
They can't hold down a real job.
Uh-huh.
They never dress properly. They're socially awkward.
Yeah, true.
do lots of drugs and alcohol.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking about artists.
Sounds like a good life.
I mean, they're basically one step above radio people.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I'm envious.
More
Yeah.
respected.
Because we're all those things, but at least the artists have a little bit of talent.
Oh, but I have a quote problem.
Yeah.
Like, come on, I'm an artist.
Nobody ever says you got a face for art either.
Right.
You know?
So I feel very,
man.
very honored to be speaking with a real artist who needs our help with a second date update today. His name is Seth. What's up, Seth?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, you're too happy to be an artist. Are you trying to be Bob Ross or something?
No,
what
no,
are you doing,
that's
man?
where the drugs come in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I was saying, so we're not all moody and depressed people, but, we some of us do actually make a living selling our paintings.
Dude,
That's awesome.
That's
So
impressive.
you're a painter then?
I am, yeah. I have a specialty, actually. I've developed this sort of niche for myself over the years. I've been painting pictures of crabs. And, they do okay. They don't,
Cool.
I'm not...
That's cool.
Okay, so if we go to the art expo and we ask for the guy with crabs, they'll point us in your direction.
Right. That does happen.
Okay.
But it's not like crabs like you might be thinking. It's sort of like crabs as if they were like members of society,
Oh, I like it. It's like the dogs that are playing poker, but instead it's crabs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like crabs on a taxi, crabs getting a tattoo, I actually have one which I thought was really kind of ironic, crabs at a restaurant ordering lobster.
Oh,
Oh.
the irony, there's
Yeah.
symbolism there.
Didn't you call about a date, though? I mean, this is great,
I
but...
just want to talk about I think we're talking to in 100 years, people are going to look back on Seth kind of like Leonardo da Vinci, like
I can only hope.
underappreciated in his time. And your crab paintings are going to sell for millions of dollars.
All right.
Legendary name Seth. The great
Yeah.
Seth. We didn't know how great he was.
Right.
All right.
That's the crab man.
Yeah, the crab man.
All right.
But no, I am calling about a date because I had a recent experience, and I maybe you guys can help me out with this.
Okay, well, what's the name of the woman that you went out with?
Her name is Michaela, and at an art expedition, I was selling my paintings, and she was very interested in one. And actually, she bought one from me, which was super cool. So.
Oh, nice.
All right, so you were able to pay for the dinner when you guys went out. Sweet.
That's right.
It's nice to give woman crabs on the first meeting, but that's cool.
Did you ask her out? Is that something you typically do with customers?
She bought the painting, and then she just kind of hung around. As we were talking, she was just asking me about my work, and I started flirting with her a little bit. I started using, some jokes that I tell, the crab jokes. Like I'll give you an example. What do you call it? The crab has a part-time job,
What?
a side hustle.
Because it hustles to the side because crabs move sideways.
That's a thinker.
Anybody?
Yeah.
That's a highbrow crab.
Okay.
I didn't get it.
There's a little bit of a dad joke there.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she and I are talking, and we actually bonded over our mutual love of coffee. We both drink a whole lot of it.
Okay,
Coffee,
yes.
okay.
I mean, like 8 to 10 cups a day.
Dang. No wonder you're talking so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've already had about 4 cups so far.
Wow.
A couple months ago, I bought a really high-end quality espresso maker. It cost me about $2,000. It's amazing.
Oh, damn.
So I told her about it, and she said that she wanted to see it, and I was like, well, great, that's my in, and so I said, well, if you'd like to, after I close up here today, we can come over and I'll make you a cup of coffee, and we can hang out a little bit,
Yeah. I mean, that's honestly the least innocent cup of coffee date I've ever heard.
Yeah. I mean, that's an old cliche when you invite someone up to your place for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
We're
But
talking.
you're talking an actual cup of coffee.
Yeah, come for the coffee, leave with crabs.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, so she comes over, and I fire up the machine. I make a couple espressos. I steam some milk, and ask her how she likes it. I've got not just a maker, but I've got a whole set there that I could just make any kind of coffee drink imaginable.
Okay, so you got Starbucks inside your apartment.
Mhm.
Literally.
So was she impressed?
So she seems really impressed. She said she loved it. We talked for a little while, and then she decided that she had to go home for some reason. Personally, I think that we were starting to connect. We were having sort of a spark, a moment between us. And I don't think she wanted to take it so soon.
I mean, she may have not even thought that this was a date.
Yeah, so was there any part of this experience that was very romantic for you?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like there was a strong connection. Look, it was flirty, you know? It was just there. There was a...
Yeah, you say that, but she's not calling you back. So you obviously read
Yeah.
something a little wrong. Can you think of something that went wrong?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like when she started to leave, I took her downstairs to get her Uber. I tried kissing her, but she pulled back from the kiss.
Oh.
So that didn't work out so well. She actually hit her head on the car as she pulled back.
Oh.
Like, no, not like she didn't hurt herself,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. It's just a little bump, you know.
I
But,
just
you know,
picture her like trying to climb into an Uber and you're leaning over following her with a kiss and she's like trying to scramble away as fast as
Oh,
she
this
can.
sounds so terrible. I swear I'm not a creeper.
Yeah, you
Okay.
don't seem creepy. either,
Yeah,
but you're
I mean,
really friendly.
nothing about what you've described sounds like it would be a reason for her to not call you. Is there
Right.
anything awkward or weird that happened during your encounter?
Okay, there was one point where we bumped into my ex-wife, but it really was like no big deal.
Oh, wait a minute.
How did you
Okay.
just gloss over that?
I mean, I thought for sure it was hitting the head while trying to escape a kiss, but where does the ex-wife come in?
Yeah, it really wasn't a big deal. I mean, it was quick. My ex and I, we've been divorced for about 5 months, and
Whoa.
we just ran into it. She said hi. It was nothing. I can't imagine that had anything to do with it.
Huh.
Yeah, I can. I can imagine real easily that it had something to do with it.
All right. Well, we're going to play a song. We'll come back and we'll call Michaela for you and try and get you your second date update, okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, hold on. All right, if you're just tuning in, we're on the phone with Seth, a.k.a. the Crabs guy.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah,
by the
which
way.
it's not a reference to his romantic history. Seth's an artist that specializes in painting crabs in human-like situations.
I love it. I want to buy one.
Yeah.
I kind of like it too. You know, one pincher is bigger than the other. It
Right.
just kind of makes a funny dynamic.
Yeah, just imagine just crabs playing basketball, crabs eating tacos.
Oh, crabs eating tacos.
Yeah, you get it. He
I
does
love
he
it.
does all the funny things that crabs do in human situations.
Yeah.
So Seth met a woman named Michaela while selling his art in an expo, and they had a nice day together. She bought one of his paintings. They bonded over their mutual addiction to coffee. And he even showed her his $2,000 espresso machine back at his place.
Dang.
And there was an awkward moment at the end of the night where he tried to kiss her at her Uber, and she pulled back and ended up hitting her head on the car door.
Ouch.
God.
Oh,
But
embarrassing.
beyond that, he's not really sure what could have caused this date to
You're leaving
end poorly.
something out.
Yeah, he like nonchalantly adds at the end that he ran into his ex-wife who
Oh, right.
he's only been divorced from for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Or 5
Months,
months, whatever,
but-
same difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did drop that in there too. So one of those things must be
Yeah.
the reason.
No
But
wonder he can't figure it out.
what are you feeling here, Seth?
Yeah, I don't know. I really hope that you guys can convince her to see me again. I think she was a lovely person, and we hit it off, and we had a great time.
You didn't describe your interaction with your ex-wife at all. Like, I feel like we need some sort of background on that before we call this girl.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was so inconsequential. I mean, it was nothing. It was just sort of like a high and by kind of moment.
All right.
Okay.
Well-
I don't know. I mean, it's only 5 months. Whatever.
Let's
All right,
call
you say
Michaela
so.
and see what she has to say, because we could speculate about this all day.
Sure.
We just got to get to the bottom of it and make a call. You ready to do this, Seth?
Yeah.
All right. Let's dial the phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Michaela, please?
this is her.
Hi, Michaela. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You have a second to talk with us?
What is this about?
Well, we do a segment on our show called a second date update. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to that person for you to figure out the reason why.
Okay, and what does this have to do with me?
So recently we got an email from a guy who's frustrated because he's been trying to get a hold of you and you're not calling him back. His name's Seth.
Seth?
Seth, yeah.
Oh,
The artist that you bought the crab painting from?
So chill.
I mean, it did sound like a chill hangout with him.
yeah, no, it was cool. I bought a painting.
Mm-hmm.
It's cute. It's crabs bowling.
Oh. Yeah, he
I
didn't tell
wanna
us
see
what
his
painting you
stuff.
bought. It's some, okay.
That sounds awesome.
It's cute. I like it.
All right. Well, he told us a little bit about you guys hanging out, and he said from his end, it all seemed like you guys had a great time together. And he's not sure why you're avoiding his phone calls.
Really? He didn't mention anything?
Well,
He mentioned a couple
he
things.
did mention a few things that he's worried might have ruined things, but we'd like to hear what happened from your perspective.
Okay. Well, I don't know, like, how much he told you. He's a crab painter. I met him at the art show.
Mm-hmm.
He had all his crabs on display. It was cute. He's like one of the quirky artist type guys.
Yeah.
I picture him with curly hair for some reason. Anybody else?
I'm not sure.
Does he have curly hair?
You know what? He does.
I knew it.
Dude,
I knew it. It just red. Yeah.
So that's the problem? He has curly hair?
No,
and...
I'm not saying that.
Oh, so...
I'm just saying he's quirky. Like, we did talk to him, and he is kind of a little nutty, for sure.
Like most artists.
But he's nutty, man.
I feel like that's not a nice thing to say.
No, it's not bad. He just sounds like he drinks a lot of coffee, too.
He's fun. He's an art guy, and I'm kind of like that too. I'm like a little weird, a little out there, and so
what exactly is the problem, though? Like, what went wrong where you're not interested in seeing him again?
Well, if he told you about our date and what happened, I'm sure you can kind of guess what the problem was.
I mean, he told us about the attempted kiss at the end of the date where you knocked your head on an Uber trying to get away from him.
Yeah, at that point, I kind of was just over it and ready to head home.
Okay, so it happened earlier.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So did he tell you about the whole wife thing?
Yeah, he said ex-wife, that there was a quick run-in.
Like a hi and bye thing.
Yeah, he kind of downplayed it as like a 5-minute or just
Not
quick
even.
like hi, bye. It was kind of weird, but you guys moved on.
Okay, yeah. So here's what really happened. So we head over to his place, and he wants to show me his $2,000 espresso machine. We'll have a cup of coffee, whatever. Cool. So as soon as we get in, we walk over to the kitchen, and there's a woman.
There's a woman in his kitchen.
Whoa.
Yeah. She's like cooking something or fixing something. I don't know what she was doing, but it was a little weird, and it's just like, oh, hey, this is Michaela. Hey, how you doing?
Okay, and so I'm guessing you were assuming this is as a roommate or something.
Or like a friend.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who is that? Like, why is there a chick in your kitchen? He goes, oh, that's my ex-wife.
Oh, wait.
I'm like, what?
Wait,
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I ran into my ex-wife happened in the kitchen?
So like once she left the room, I was like, who is she? Like, what? What is this weird Three's Company dynamic going on? Like, what is this? And so he's being very just like nonchalant about it. Like, it's no big deal. She's my ex-wife. We've been divorced for like 5 months now. She's a mail-order bride, and it didn't work out.
Oh, my God.
Back it up. Hold on a second. Mail order bride?
Were those the words he used?
Yes, verbatim. She's a mail-order bride.
So she's someone who married him to get a green card or a visa to come to the States.
I don't know the situation with that. Oh, I don't
Hey,
know.
can I say something? Can I clear something up, please?
Oh, wow.
Hey, Michaela, we didn't wait to call him in, but he messed it up. We need to tell you that Seth's been on the other line listening, and he heard everything that you
Are
said.
you serious?
Yeah.
Michaela,
Seth, you're supposed to wait.
Michaela, I thought I explained to you, okay? When she came over to this country, and she was a mail order bride, it just didn't work out.
Can you even use that phrase? Like, I don't get it. Like, you got paid to marry her, she paid you. What happened?
It's an arrangement. She wanted to come here, and we communicated and emailed back and forth, and we thought we would give it a try. And it just didn't work out romantically. We realized we weren't a match that way.
So if you're divorced, doesn't she have to go back?
We're trying to figure it out. I feel bad because I brought her over here. So what I've been doing is I've actually communicated with the company that arranged us, and we're trying to find her a different mail order husband somewhere in the area.
She's not like a rescue dog, okay? You don't just like pair her with a new house.
Is this like those ads like singles in your area want to marry you?
And I'm pretty sure this is highly illegal.
I didn't know you guys were going to call him. I thought we were just talking about what happened.
Yeah. Sorry.
I love your crabs. You're a nice guy, but,
Michaela, look, is there anything that I could do? I would really like to see you again. I thought that we really connected, next time we get together, I can actually make sure that she's not there. I'll give her a text ahead of time.
That's convenient. Thank you.
Listen, maybe you should just focus on rehoming your mail order bride.
Oh my God, this is terrible.
I think there are different possibilities and different ways that relationships pan out, and I thought that you and I really connected, and I'm so glad you appreciate my art, and I really want to share things with you, and it would be really nice if we could see each other again,
See, look,
Yeah.
he's honest.
But he still lives with his ex-wife.
We realize we're just not compatible that way, We will sleep together, but there's no emotions there.
No, not
Seth, why are you dropping that? I was like on board with you. Why are you doing that?
It's
Why would you
emotionless,
say
though,
that?
Brooke.
No, not
Because I just want you to understand that she's really no big deal.
Yeah, how would she feel if she heard you say that?
She doesn't speak English. She couldn't understand.
You guys, I don't know what to tell you, Michaela.
It sounds
I was almost on board.
What do you think? We'll offer to send you and Seth out on another date. We'll pay for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a no. I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna be a no?
Yeah.
There's a yeah and a no in there.
Let's not close the book on this chapter. Come on, I know we can have some connection.
Listen, how about next time you're having a show, you can text me, and I'll pop in and check out your crabs. All right?
Okay.
No to
All
the
right.
date, yes to the crab.
So,
Confusing, but we'll take it.
yeah. Is that successful? I guess
Yeah.
it's as good as it gets.
If that's all I can get, I'll gladly see you again at my next art show.
Okay.
Well, there you
All
go.
right.
And I hope you love your crab bowling.
I've never been happier about a man giving me crabs before.
Yeah. It's crabtivating, if anything.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Weekdays 6 till 10.
1049 Virgin Radio. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's second date update could go very well or very poorly.
Why this one?
Because the dude that emailed us explained the date as the date of his life.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
His name's Trevor. Trevor, what's up?
Yeah.
How's it going, man?
All right. How are you?
Good. Your email that you sent us described the date that you went on as the date of your life.
Yes. It was like my life had turned into one of those ridiculous romantic movies, like Serendipity, the John Cusack. I mean, it was just, it was insane. I know.
Okay.
It sounds so corny, but it was. It was totally insane.
Why don't you tell us about your rom-com date?
I was at lunch with a friend at the Seattle Center, and I saw this girl, like, she was eating lunch at another table.
Trevor, I don't mean to stop you, but the way that you described it now, everything you say, I've just got a scene from a movie in my head.
The violins
All right.
playing in the back.
Yeah.
So she was eating lunch at another table.
She was eating lunch at another table, and she was probably the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I mean, she was just gorgeous, and I couldn't hear her talking with her friend she was with, but every so often I would hear her laugh, and she was just, it was
Jubal,
insane.
give the man a chance.
Trevor, I apologize. I'm not laughing at you.
Yeah,
I'm
he
just-
has a.
I understand because I feel a bit ridiculous, but it happened.
You asked her out.
I just decided, what the heck. I went over and excused myself and said, didn't want to interrupt, but you are literally the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life.
It's
and
kinda cute.
I would love it if you would go out on a date with me.
It's kind of cute.
And she said yes.
Well, she kind of laughed, and she said she was flattered, but she was only in town for a few days.
Okay.
And I said, that doesn't matter. Let me take you for a night out on the town and show you what Seattle's all about.
All right.
So we set up a date for the next night, and we just went down to the Pike Place Market. The place was all lit up at night, and we we had these little French pastries that are like covered in like powdered sugar.
Oh, those are so good at the market.
So of course I get it like all over my face, and she just laughs and she wipes it off my face.
Dude,
more adorable. I mean, come on.
Right there was that's a scene from a montage in a movie, man.
I'm going to start writing this up, and we're going to make royalties off this story.
All right. So how did the date end?
We ended just at a park, and I was just feeling, And it was a clear night that night, so the stars are out, and I start getting a little corny, and I had this little
Start
night.
now? You continue.
I try to carve our initials in a tree, which is I'm a total failure at. But because my pen knife is worthless. But but of course she thinks it's hysterical.
Let me go back there for a second here, Trevor. One, you carry around a pen knife. Two, you try to carve your initials in a tree on a first date.
This is how amazing this girl is.
And she laughed. She was into it?
She was into it. She thought it was cute and ridiculous, and and then to top it all off, I just jumped on top of the bench that we were sitting on, and I just announced to the world, I love this woman.
Oh, you did not.
And,
you did the jewelry commercial thing, where they're standing there and, I love this woman.
The Tom Cruise on Oprah's couch moment.
More importantly, you used the L word.
Because she was amazing.
What did she say? What did she say at the end of the date?
She said she had a great time, and kissed me goodnight, and then she went home.
Vanished into the dark.
I still feel like you're screwing with us, dude.
No, I swear. It was the most ridiculous date of my life. And I sent her a message the next morning, and I called and left her a message, and she's not calling me back.
Where does she live?
She was from Detroit. She was in town from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, it was such an amazing night. I'm willing to go out to Detroit and see her. I'll go wherever she is.
You get one shot at love, and he found the love of his life, told everybody at the park.
You do realize Jubal's making fun of you right
now.
Not
at all.
Right?
Not one bit.
You know what? That's fine, because it was the most ridiculous night of my life, and obviously it is fate, and I've got to track this girl down wherever she is.
Okay.
Don't let our cynicalness get you down.
Well, Trevor,
I support you.
Trevor's a listener. He knows. I mean, at least you know that we were going to rip on you a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I knew I was in for it, and I knew the story I was going to tell, so I just knew that it was going to be never ending.
I'm excited to talk to her.
But it's worth it.
I'm excited to talk to her.
I'm excited to talk to her too. She sounds like a wonderful, wonderful person.
She may be the love of my life as well.
Trevor, all right, we're going to call her right after this.
Okay.
And see if we can get her on the phone and ask her why she hasn't gotten back to you.
All right.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Okay, if you didn't hear the first part of the second date update, I'm not going to go into nearly as much detail as Trevor did about his date. But Trevor met a girl named Alexandra who's from Detroit, actually. Showed her around Seattle. A couple of the highlights. Took her to a park. Tried to carve their initials on a tree. Ended up jumping up on a bench in the park and exclaiming that he loved her after they kissed. Basically like a romantic comedy. Not even a romantic comedy, just a romance novel.
Yeah.
Would that be an okay description, Trevor?
Yeah, I'd say so.
No, Trevor, she's from Detroit, so you're totally willing to make a long-distance thing work.
Absolutely.
We're going to call her right now, get her on the phone, see if we can get an answer why she's not calling you back. And you can jump in whenever you want to talk to her.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Alexandra, please?
This is Alexandra.
Hey, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. I'm sure you probably have no idea who we are.
No.
Okay. We host a morning radio show in Seattle.
Okay.
And we wanted to call you to ask you a couple questions about a mutual friend.
Oh.
When you were in town here in Seattle, you met a guy named Trevor.
Yeah.
And you guys had a kind of an evening out together, right?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Things just get more intense with Trevor, don't they?
We're calling to ask you why you haven't called Trevor back.
You're calling to ask me why this is weird.
I know.
Is it any weirder than your first date? Come on.
Here's what this is. We do a thing on our show called the Second Date Update. We're basically just calling you to ask you why you haven't gotten back to him.
Oh, well, I mean, it's really hard. I'm in Detroit.
Did you like him when you went out with him?
Yeah, I did. I mean, at first I was like a little bit, it's not what I'm used to, like someone being so intense so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as long as he wasn't like 100% serious about jumping up and declaring his love on a first date. Like, if it was just kind of for fun, I had a really good time.
But, you say it's just because of long distance, but didn't Trevor make it completely clear that he would do anything to make this relationship work?
Yeah, he did, but it was a first date.
Yeah.
If I lived in Seattle, maybe things would be different.
Okay,
I
so
don't
it's,
know.
Alexandra, it's solely the Detroit-Seattle thing that you don't live here. That's it.
I would definitely, if I lived in Seattle, go out with him again.
Okay.
Alexandra, distance shouldn't matter.
I know, but I like
Alexandra,
that
this is Trevor.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you were on the phone, too. Oh, my God, I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah. No.
Trevor is on the phone.
Trevor is smitten.
Alexandra, I think you know, I had the best date. One night, it just can't be enough. It just there was something magical there. I mean, I know that sounds incredibly ridiculous to say, but
Alexandra,
I would move heaven and earth to have a second date with you right now.
Oh, my God.
Come on,
Alexandra, you should see the
So
faces of everybody in the room because we're all women. You should see the faces though of like Brooke and Lydia seriously melting. Now is that too much for you, or did you find that romantic too?
I have to say, I wish you could see my face right now because I'm totally bright red. I'm so embarrassed, but like that just touches. I don't know.
Yeah, Alexandra,
I'm worried, Trevor, that you're gonna maybe expect too much too soon. But how could I say no to?
No expectations. No expectations. If it was a fluke and our second date is like a complete disaster, you'll never hear from me again. But it's just. It was just too. I mean, I know I came on like super intense, and like I jumped up on park benches and ruined trees, but it was just I don't know. It was just such a crazy night, and I just feel like you just can't let something like that just happen once. There's got to be more, and you need to go for it.
Alexandra?
Yeah?
Do you believe in love at first sight?
I don't know. I used to think I did, and now I don't, but do you?
I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone right now. This is so weird. All right.
I told these guys earlier, Alexander, that I never even thought about it twice before, but when I saw you at lunch that day, I know it seemed like a line, but it was also true. You are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And if I need to fly out to Detroit for a weekend to have a second date with you, then I will come out to Detroit. I don't know what will happen after that, but something has to happen. So, if whatever I need to do, I will make it happen because you are amazing, and I want the second date.
At the end of these second date updates, Alexandra, since you're not familiar, we always pay for the couple to go out again if they want to go out again. It'd probably bankrupt the radio station to pay for a plane ticket because we don't have a lot of money here.
We could buy dinner in Detroit. Come on.
Well, I was saying dinner. Yeah, plane ticket. I said we can't do.
Oh, okay.
If he can get himself out there,
yeah,
we'll pay for dinner. And in Detroit, with your economy, it's probably like $5 anyway, right? So
it's like living in a developing country.
Oh, that's so mean.
but we'll pay for dinner for you guys if he can come out there. Would you be interested if he flies out there to go out with him?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, my God, so
Yes.
cute. We have to get an update of how the second date goes on this one.
Oh, definitely.
I think something could come of this. Yeah. I really do. I'm not a love at first sight girl, but I'm an incredibly amazing attraction at first sight that can turn very easily into love type of girl.
I now understand why romantic comedies do so well. Because people buy into them completely.
But maybe every once in a while a romantic comedy is actually based on real life.
It has to come from somewhere.
It's not a romantic documentary.
All right. Hey, well, congratulations, you guys. Alexandra, now that you know that Trevor is going to come there, you guys have to sort it out and get back to us and let us know what happened after your date, okay?
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
God, I'm excited. I love love.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, God.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Girl and she's on fire.
I honestly wasn't sure if this was a second date or a missed connection. Because apparently these two have crossed paths more than once in the past.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Which just goes to show you, either one, it was meant to be.
Yes.
Or two, when you're in the single scene for a while, you're going to keep running into the same desperate people over and over again until you settle.
It's like a
The
club.
pool isn't
Still-
as deep as you would hope.
Well,
Still single, huh?
Yeah.
We'll find out which one it is when we talk to Caitlin, who emailed us for some help today. Caitlin, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
Good.
So tell us about the guy that you want us to call today. What's his name?
Oh my gosh, his name is Chase, and we met online.
Yeah, it is ironic. That's a good point.
All right, so you met him online.
And when you say you met him, are you talking about the first time you guys met? Because Jeffrey said that you kept running into each other.
Well, so that's kind of the weird thing. He kind of threw me when we were chatting, and his opening line is, "Hey, remember me? We were matched a year ago, and then you just blew me off."
Oh, I've actually had those.
You
That's
ghosted
funny.
him?
Honestly, I can't even remember, but I do get matched with a lot of people, and so maybe he just slipped through the cracks.
Oh, yeah. Got lost in the fold of hundreds and hundreds of matches that are coming after you.
It almost seems like kind of passive aggressive. Like, remember me? You blew me off.
Yeah,
you know,
'cause I
like
remember.
Yeah, like he's been holding on to some grudge for a long time, but you didn't take it that way.
No, I don't know. It was kind of mysterious and everything, but I did. I felt crappy about it. I was like, oh my gosh,
Oh my gosh, he was hot and I blew him off. What was I thinking?
Yeah. So did you end up meeting up?
We did. He took me to a really super fancy restaurant, and it was amazing. I mean, for the minute we walked in, a lot of people seemed to recognize him. The host seemed to oh, hey, and greeting him, and then a server came up to him, and I was I couldn't quite overhear everything, but something about Barbados, and then I could have sworn I heard him say something about a Sports Illustrated shoot.
What?
Whoa.
So you
Who did you go out with?
Yeah, is he famous?
I don't think so, but he's obviously someone super important.
Is there a famous Chase? Chase Utley.
I don't know.
He hasn't been around in a while.
Yeah, I can't think. I don't know.
There's a game show called The Chase.
What does he do for work? Is he a photographer?
He was a bit vague about it. He said into investments and
That means something illegal.
No, actually, that's smart because he can say anything. If he says investments, I just get confused and believe him.
Yeah.
Investments. Okay,
Sounds
whatever.
wealthy. That's great.
Exactly.
It's like when I don't want to tell people I'm in radio and I just say I'm in marketing.
Yeah.
Nobody has any questions anymore for some reason.
So, okay, so
You're right.
Once you got seated, how did dinner go?
it was great. We had really fantastic food and great conversation.
The chef came out and kissed him on the mouth.
People were signing, asking for autographs.
I mean, it wasn't quite that crazy, but
Okay.
he definitely got some attention. And but the thing is, he was kind of shy about it. I tried to ask him questions, and he didn't seem that interested in talking about how fabulous he was.
Shy or secretive?
Yeah, that's a good question, Alexis.
Well, no, I have to have this guy's back because even though we're not that cool.
Because I'm famous,
no.
and let me tell you what it's like for me
when
when I'm
people
out.
ask us about our jobs, you're like, it's radio, it's cool, it's fun, we don't want to talk about it and delve into it, right? Because people think it's, oh, wow, and it's really not.
I don't know. It just sounds like you don't really know anything about this guy. What do you know? What did you learn about him?
Well,
His name's Chase.
Okay.
We know that.
he was an extremely generous tipper. I don't know exactly what he left, but he left cash, and it looked like he was leaving $100.
Oh. And if he's leaving cash, he's counting it in front of her.
Well, and if he's
1, 2, 3.
He's not radio famous then.
Yeah.
But if he's leaving a big cash tip, then so how did you end up leaving things with him?
He was a total gentleman. He walked me home. I invited him up for a nightcap, and we had a great time. And he has not called me back. And I mean, I'm sure if he is going to places like Barbados and stuff, maybe he's just crazy busy and in different countries, and it's just hard to get back in touch.
Yeah, he's a different area code and time zone right now.
This guy's a total enigma. You don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know if he's busy. You have no idea what his schedule is. And I think it's crazy.
This is what I've always wondered about celebrities, and please don't be offended by this. Because he's so rich, Do you think maybe on the date he realized you're not up to his richness level? And maybe just materialistically, he's like, ma, she's not
You think
a Barbados
rich people
traveler like I
only
am.
date rich people?
Yeah, most of the time they do.
Rich guys don't date rich women.
I hope not.
What do you mean?
They just date women who like money, I think.
Huh.
Yeah, those are the classy ones.
Yeah.
I mean, it did cross my mind, like, maybe I'm not up to what he's used to. Like, maybe he's used to celebrity.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay, let's find out which one of those is true.
Huh.
We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Chase for you, and we'll try and get you your second date. Okay, Caitlin?
I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, hold on. And I'm just wondering, tell me if I'm getting too personal here, but when you said at the end of the night, he walked you back to your place, and then you invited Chase up for a nightcap, and it went good.
Oh, yeah. We forgot to get details.
Does that mean he left a half hour later good, or did he leave the next morning good?
Oh,
Did he leave the next week good?
Oh, wow. That would have been more than good. That would have been, whoa, Caitlin.
He's a squatter.
How good was it?
I guess, like, the next morning good.
Yeah, girl, yeah. I gave you an air high five. Sounds like a fun night.
Yeah, we just wanted to get a little clarification.
Wow, 10 hours of sleep, huh?
But after that, Chase is not calling back at all. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, and how many days has it been?
5.
Well, it's interesting because you guys went to a really nice restaurant, and at first I was like, oh, he's wanting to impress her. But then when everybody knew him, I'm like, oh, he's just a rich guy and this is his place.
Yeah, he's a regular.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like, that changes the narrative. I mean, did you get a vibe that there was going to be more?
I mean, everything seemed to, like, click, so I don't know why there wouldn't be more.
Okay. Yeah, totally.
If it was awkward, it'd be like, duh. But...
Okay. Well, let's call Chase and get some answers for you. I'm going to dial his number right now. You ready?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Chase?
Yeah, who's this?
My name's Jeff from a morning radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Okay.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man.
All right.
Yeah, we're buddies now, Chase.
Yeah,
we're good.
we're
you
best
know?
bros at this point.
What's up, bro?
How many people are on the phone right now?
Yeah.
4. There's 4 of us.
Yeah.
There's 4 people on this call.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
That's the low amount for this
Talking,
one.
yeah.
Okay, but no,
All right.
it's a morning radio show. We're called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning, and we do a segment called The Second Date. That's where if you go out with someone, and afterwards, if that person isn't calling you back, you can email us to call them for you to help figure out the reason why.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
See, it's a good thing.
That's funny.
Yeah. It can be.
Yeah.
It can be good, too.
It can be sweet.
Yeah.
It can be a lot of things depending on what your answer is. And we're calling on behalf of one of our listeners named Caitlin.
Ah, oh, that's even funnier.
Hey, we're a funny show.
I think we have different senses of humor.
Yeah, I don't know about that reaction.
Sis.
Why is that funny?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just funny.
Okay.
Well, Caitlin, I don't think finds it that funny because it's been apparently 5 days since you guys went out and you're not calling her anymore. Is that funny?
Well, I mean, that was kind of like a one-time deal.
What? Did you make that clear? Because for her, she felt like you guys really connected. She told us that, like, you're the one that hit her up on the dating app. And we're like, yo, a year ago, you brushed me off or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't that invested in it. And I mean, it was fine, but yeah, that's not going to happen.
Sometimes you're just not into people. That's okay.
But why did you go hunt her down after a year?
Why'd you stay the night at her house?
I mean,
Why would I spend a night at her house?
Okay, never mind.
No. Why would you spend so much energy finding this person that had blown you off a year ago and then asking him out again if you weren't invested at all?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, we matched up after a year again. It's not like I hunted her down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We just rematched. That's all.
That was the universe. That's not your fault.
Okay.
Okay.
But she told us all about your night, and she made it seem like it was a pretty great experience. She told us you took her out to this really nice restaurant where apparently the waiters love you, and they were bringing up photo shoots in Barbados and Sports Illustrated. And she
Oh my
was
God,
really...
she told you about that?
Is he laughing again? Is this funny again?
Yeah, why is this funny
I
now?
can't tell what's funny.
This is hilarious.
Why?
Well, the dating scene out there right now is just utter shit. Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, you already did.
Yeah,
so we can bleep that out.
Should have asked before you did it. But that's okay. Okay.
And so you can't just like close your eyes and hope for the best. You gotta have to have a game plan. And you also need like one of your buddies to help you out with this. So I said investments because I knew that would probably make her be like, ooh, investments.
You're talking about, Are you saying your job in investments?
Yeah, because it was just vague enough, but it still intrigues.
Wait, is it a lie? Is that what you're saying?
I got an E-Trade account, but it's not investment.
Okay.
I own like 10 Dogecoin.
But the thing is here is that I asked my buddy who's a waiter at this restaurant to like help me out, build me up a little bit in front of her, in her eyes. He gives me an employee discount. I leave him a really nice tip. She's none the wiser, and it builds credibility for me in her eye.
This is just like a game you're playing with all your dates so you can get laid?
Brilliant.
I would totally fall for this.
So this isn't just something that you did with Caitlin once. You do this all the time.
Well, that's what dating is. It's games.
It's not outright lying about who you are and pretending to be a famous person. Like, you don't think you could get laid on your own? Like, you have to, like, make up some extravagant story about it and get other people involved?
Wait a minute. I did not make up an extravagant story. I made it look like something, but as far as she took it the way that she took it.
Well, she took it as like you're a big shot that goes to Barbados and does photo shoots for Sports Illustrated.
She took it exactly as you wanted her to take it. Yeah. Like, that is exactly what you planned out, dude. What do you really do?
I'm not going to tell you. I don't know who you are.
Maybe if you're willing to sleep with him, then he'll say something.
Okay, all right.
So your whole plan was to just say whatever you want to say, spend the night with Caitlin, and then never talk to her again?
I mean, that's layman's terms, but yes.
I like how you say, like, you're not interested in her, and that's why you can't talk to her again. Like, you can't talk to her again because your whole life is a lie. Like, what are you going to say? What if you meet somebody you actually like? You'll never be actually able to date them.
Look, you sound really bitter right now, and I'm assuming that this has happened to you in the past. So.
You do
You wouldn't be wrong, man.
She's always the rich one, so she's jealous.
I just hate liars. Like, man, you're going to ruin your own life by doing this, and you don't even see it.
I never lied. The waiter was saying those things, and I just politely smiled.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
I give up. Caitlin is going to be glad to hear. I mean,
well, at this
gross.
point, Chase, I need to tell you something that's probably going to break your plan of never talking to Caitlin again.
Yeah.
Because she's actually on the other line listening, and she wants to talk to you.
Who's sneakier now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. What the hell?
That's even your name.
You people are ruining my life.
That's just messed up.
It might be messed up, but that's the way that dating is right now. So,
I mean...
Well, yeah, if you're going to be that sour about it and, like, have to just come up with lies, not ever giving anyone a shot. Who knows? Maybe you were actually a nice guy, but I kind of doubt it after hearing all this information.
You only kind of doubt it. That's amazing, Caitlin.
He's not wrong about the bleak dating scene. You got to take what you can.
but Kate, like, honestly, if you asked me if that's true, then I would have told you the truth.
Oh, really? Ask him now, Caitlin.
You do this over and over for one night stand. I mean, that's just disgusting.
Yeah, and pathetic. It's just so pathetic.
I know that I did what was best for me. I have to put the playing field in the way that would best suit me. Who wouldn't do that?
Oh,
you know what I mean? Who
but
wouldn't
you're not
try to
even
make it?
playing. You could have spent your 2 Benjamins on just getting what you wanted. I mean, that's just...
Well, joke's on you, Kate, because my buddy actually gave me back some of the tip that I gave him. So I didn't
think of that.
It turns out he's not so rich, Alexa.
Give him like $1,000 and
I'm
he gets
over
like
you.
900 back or
Shocking.
something. Oh
Well,
my God.
in that
That's
case-
smart.
Yeah, you showed her, didn't you, Chase?
If you're not that well off, then we need to help pay for your second date.
Yeah, Brooke feels really bad.
We're offering to do... Yeah, Brooke is actually going to fund it fully on her own.
I'm always standing up for the underprivileged.
Yeah, Chase, what do you say? You want to give it another shot?
Yeah, I don't have to take any of this.
Oh, wow.
I'm sick of being ridiculed by you losers.
Oh.
Did he hang up?
Yeah, that was the best part of the whole call for me.
Oh.
Just the hang up.
Which one of us was he calling a loser?
Definitely me.
Yeah, I think it was all Brooke.
Definitely
Way to ruin that for us,
Yeah,
Brooke.
yeah.
We thought we were cool with the rich guy.
Yeah. Caitlin, I'm sorry that it played out that way.
I just want to throw up.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, some dudes just, they get what they want. and that's all they
Yeah,
care
they're
about.
not all like that out there, Caitlin. Maybe ask for a real profession next time when you ask them what they do for work.
No, I think you need to go back to that restaurant every day this week and just blow up his spot.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Now we're
Oh my God, I'm doing that. I am totally doing that. Thank you. Great suggestion.
He's going to have to find a new friend.
Yeah, take a video and send it to us, please.
Finally, a successful second date.
There we go.
Looking for the perfect birthday or anniversary gift or a special date night? Well, then you need Zodart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company. Visit Zodart.com to book an exotic special car for that very special day.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Where are some of the sexiest places to meet people? There's always the circus,
What?
the city dump, and of course, an elevator.
Oh.
You got the elevator music just blasting. You guys are looking at each other, and that's when you seize the moment and hit the emergency stop button.
Yeah.
And look at them and go, we're not going anywhere until love shows up. And then you just wait it out, and either you guys connect or the firefighters show up and get you out of there, and you probably have to face some legal action. But that's where Eileen met the guy that she wants to call today on the elevator of love.
Oh.
What's up, Eileen?
You know, elevators are kind of sexy, by the way.
Aren't they?
I agree.
There's mirrors. There's mirrors on the ceiling, so technically, if you look up, you can see down.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fantasies that involve elevators.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah, for real, man.
So, congratulations to you, Eileen. You fulfilled a lot of people's fantasy. How did you meet this dude on the elevator?
Well, come to find out, we were on the slowest elevator ever, where every single floor someone was getting in and pushing the stupid button. And it was a lot of old people that just couldn't take the stairs, so it was hard to get mad.
Yeah.
But Paul, looked at me and he was like, well, I guess I should just get out my laptop and do my work from here.
Okay.
Oh, so he's a jokester. You guys shared a little joke together.
Yes, he was a little snarky, and it's not often that you meet snarky people in a business setting, and it was nice.
So this is an elevator in your office building?
Yeah, exactly.
And had you ever run into this guy before?
No, I mean, I've seen him around a few times, but we had never, had a reason to talk.
Yeah, yeah. So do you think he was hitting on you right away, or was he just trying to make small talk for boring purposes?
I mean, he was obviously very flirty, and we went on a date, so I'm assuming that was his attempt at hitting on me.
He could have not been hitting on you at all. Yeah, he's just like, how'd I end up on a date with this girl?
Well, you could
So-
have asked him out. I don't know.
How'd you guys finally get around to going out? Did you ask for his number? Did he ask for your number?
He was just, elevator boldness all the way through. I mean, we had enough time in the elevator to, kind of chit-chat. And he's like, listen, I'd love to have your number. And I was like, yeah, totally. Why not?
What did you guys do when you went out?
Oh, we went to this super cute pizza place.
All right, and how was the super cute pizza?
It was super quiet. It was actually really uncomfortable. The food was delicious. But, on a first date, we should have definitely just gone to a bar.
Really?
It was so quiet.
Was it an awkward first date then?
No, it was just so, when you just want to, be a little silly and cute and coy and sexy, and instead, the family is sitting next to you, quietly listening because they've run out of conversation.
People that can hear your first date combos.
Dude,
Yeah, I
love
understand that
listening in on first
completely.
dates when I'm at a restaurant. I'm sorry, I'm that person that is totally like, oh my God, do you think that they're going to go out again? What do you think?
So was it a good date though?
Yeah, it was a great time. We had a blast. It just,
I mean, listen, he was super cute. He picked me up from my house, which I thought was very classy. And I'm a big fan of dental health. And he obviously flossed his teeth, which I think is super sexy. Like, really, like there's something, it means he cares. He takes time out of his day to care about himself. And I just love that. And he had the most delicious laugh, like just sexy, caramely, masculine.
I feel like I'm attracted to him after a description like that. Like, let's get this guy on the phone.
Never
now,
heard of a
please.
laugh being described as caramely, but I like it.
So sexy.
So how did the date end?
Well, he drove me home. He said he had a great time. And I was like, why don't you come in and have a drink? You know, since we didn't really get a chance to, like, talk. And he was super into it. So we came in, we had a glass of wine, and then he kind of bailed. That was the one thing that was a little weird.
Wait,
like,
how quickly did he bail once he got to your place?
I guess it was like, I don't know, however long it took to drink a glass of wine. Like, he didn't stay for a second glass of wine.
Okay, that's not very long. Yeah. And were you expecting him to stay the night?
No. I made it, like, once we got inside, I literally toasted him with, here's to first dates, not first hookups.
All right, so you made it very clear that you were not going to mess around that night.
No, I'm a classy lady.
Do you think that's why he bailed, though? Maybe he had different expectations?
That's like my nightmare. I hope not, because I really felt like we had a fun time and we connected, and I just hope he's not a sleazeball that just, like, bails if he doesn't get hooked up with.
Any other reason beside that you think he's not calling you back?
I don't know. I mean, I know I can be a little aggressive, like, and, you know, that can kind of be a turnoff for people.
You didn't shout at him on your date, did you?
Like, shout at him for real?
Yeah, like you didn't yell at him.
I don't think she meant aggressive like that.
I mean, I definitely took the last slice of pizza.
Oh, no, you said aggressive. I'm just making sure you didn't get, like, yell at him in the pizza place or yell at him at your house or get just kind of aggro on the dude.
I don't know. God, now I have to think about that.
Now there's a whole new thing to think about. All right, well.
Oh, no.
Hang on. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, awesome.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, I'm personally still confused what a caramely laugh sounds like. Eileen is on the phone with us. She described the guy that she wants to call today as having very good hygiene because she could tell that he flosses. She liked that about him. She said he was quick-witted, funny, and had a caramely laugh, which I'm thinking probably sounds like this.
No.
Is that right? Is that right,
Have you
Eileen?
ever eaten caramel before? Do you even know what caramel is?
Apparently
That's what I would describe as a caramely laugh.
Okay, so the person laughing in the background is not a caramely laugh.
That's not a caramely laugh either?
Yeah,
All right,
there
so
it is.
neither of us have caramely laughs. I was
Like
all
this, like it's like confidence, like a deep-seated confidence, like ha 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 ha.
Oh, okay. You mean, all right, so it was like,
Yeah, I went on a date with Cookie Monster. Yeah, good
all
job.
right.
Smooth and sexy right
Okay,
there.
we're about to call him right now. His name is Paul, and Eileen thinks that he might not be calling back because when they got back to her place, they were having a glass of wine, and she cheersed him and said, hey, here's to not hooking up tonight, just letting him know that he's not going to get any. And he left shortly after that. She's hoping that that's not the case because she'd like to see him again, but that's the only reason you can think of.
Other than the fact that I'm a little aggressive, and I might have like asked him to laugh on cue at one point.
Would you like him just like laugh again for me? Oh my God.
Oh God, it was so sexy.
All right, well, I can't wait to hear his caramely laugh. I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can find out why he's not calling you back, okay?
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, is Paul there?
This is he.
Hey, what's up, Paul? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay. Sorry, who is this?
My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi. How can I help you?
Well, I'm calling you today because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you.
What?
It was about your laugh and how sexy it is. A lot of it was about your laugh.
Okay. Thanks for calling. I'm not really interested in like just one of those prank call shows. It's very funny.
This
I
is
wish
not.
you luck. I'm not very interested.
Paul, I promise this is not a prank phone call. They really did compliment your laugh in the email. It's actually from a girl that you went on a date with. Her name is Eileen.
All right. Yeah.
And Eileen sent us an email about you because she really enjoyed the time that you spent together, but now you're not calling her back after your date. So she wanted us to get you on the phone and find out what went wrong.
Oh, boy. Seems like an odd way to do this. I don't really see how that's any of your business.
Well, I mean, I guess technically it's not really, but Eileen sort of made it our business because she asked us to call you. She just wants to know why you won't go out with her again. Can you give us anything?
It's because she's not a good person.
What?
Whoa.
We talked to her and she sounded like a great person.
Well, I went on a date with her, and I'm sorry, I don't see myself having a future with someone who's a murderer.
Wow, you went from bad person to murderer.
Whoa, murderer?
Look, you called me. What do you want?
I just would love to know how you figured out that Eileen is a murderer.
Who did she kill?
That's a big claim.
Did you see her on like America's Most Wanted or something?
Look, she's very engaging and charming. We went out. We had a good dinner. We went back to her place. She invited me in. I don't normally say yes on the first date, but I was having a great time.
Yeah.
And then we went into her place, and she had a stuffed goose on the wall.
What? I thought you were going to say like there was a dead body in the freezer or something.
There was a dead body hanging on the wall. And I asked her about it, and she told me she's a hunter, all right? And she went hunting, found that thing, hunted it down, tracked it down, killed it in cold blood. And this is not funny.
I'm sorry. It just
there were.
Well, you can see how. I mean, it kind of sounds that way because you called her a murderer, and then you're telling us because
she is a murderer.
Okay.
Okay, animal lives mean a lot to me.
But there's a lot of people that hunt for food and for recreation.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who hunt, and fine, that's their life. They can live that way if they want to. I'm not going to be involved with someone who does, and I'm certainly not going to be involved with someone who hunts just to put them up on their wall like trophies. She had a boar's head in there. There were ducks. Like being in a horror movie, okay? I have no interest in dating a butcher, all right? I have no interest in dating a murderer. But you can laugh all you want. Animals are lives, too, and she's a murderer. You take a life, no matter what, you're a murderer. You can tell her that. You can tell her that's why we're not having a second date.
All right, well, you know
angry.
What, Paul? I don't actually have to tell her that you think she's a murderer because she's on the line listening and probably would love to talk to you right now.
Are you freaking serious? You're calling me a murderer because I like to hunt?
Yeah, I am.
I just don't understand. You were at my house. Why didn't you say something then? You literally said, oh, cool.
I was being polite, okay? I was being polite because I wanted to leave as quickly as possible. I don't know, if you're going to kill one animal, maybe you'll kill another one.
So wait, Paul, you left because you were scared of her?
I left because I was disgusted that she would take a life, yes.
I mean, honestly, it's not like I was killing like an elephant. It's a f***ing goose. They're vermin. Literally, you have to hunt them. Otherwise, they will cause problems like airplane crashes and car crashes. I'm doing everyone a favor. I'm saving tax dollars. You should be thanking me.
It's a lot of tough talk from someone who has to hang birds on their wall to feel good about themselves.
I don't hang birds on my wall to feel good about myself. I do it because I love natural history, and I love the idea of being proud of what I can do in my culture and my past. It's way more beautiful than just ordering a
natural
sausage
history
pizza.
so much that you're just going to go out and kill it. That makes a lot of sense.
I just think it's disgusting that you would criticize and judge me based on something that brings me so much joy and happiness. My father took me hunting. It's a part of my happiest memories. Every time I look at the boar on the wall, I think about how great my childhood was. You know, probably how you feel about, like, I don't know, douching yourself or something.
I can't handle that.
That was the kind of discourse I expect from a murderer.
Oh, my God.
Because you are a murderer. I stood in your living room. I saw the bodies of defenseless animals staring at me. Have you ever made eye contact with these animals? I'm sure you haven't. You think you have, but you haven't. You haven't looked into their souls and seen the pain on their faces when their lives were taken by some woman with daddy issues who went out to go hunt just to feel good about herself.
Are you kidding me? Grow some f***ing balls, dude. Like, have you ever even held a gun? Do you even know what you're talking about, or are you just speaking out of your ass?
I'll say it takes a lot more to save a life rather than take a life, okay? You ever think about it when you stick a gun in those animals' faces, that they have families, that they're just like people? They have lives that you're destroying just so you can have some decorations in your living room?
Oh my God, Paul, thank you so much. You've made it so clear for me. I really get it now. Yeah, because the last time I saw a f***ing goose build a skyscraper like a human did, or the last time I saw a goose like solve a math problem like a human did, yeah, they're just like humans. The next one I see, I'll nickname it Paul, and I'll remember that it has a soul before I kill it.
Hey, that leads me to my question. Paul, would you like to go out on a second date with Eileen? We will pay for it.
I want to go on a second date with him.
Well, I know. I just thought I'd ask him.
You sure made a lot of phone calls trying to get a hold of me if you don't want to go on a second date with me. There's a lot about your
and leave it to a pussy like you to not even respond. I should have known. Only a little girl wouldn't respond. A real man would have been like,
animals
nah,
to feel
bitch.
good about yourself, and you need to get a radio station to find you a man. Wonderful. You're a real tough hero.
Oh, my God.
Whatever. Enjoy your f***ing easy bake oven, you little bitch.
Oh my God.
Paul, thank you for your time. Are you still there?
Oh my
Eileen,
God.
I think you scared him off.
Oh, you guys, this is so... I'm so mad. Like, I wasted wine on that idiot.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Wow. So many thirsty dudes wanting to take Eileen out. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm talking about the second date update. Eileen wanted to call Paul to find out why he wasn't calling her back. Well, it turns out Paul's not calling her back because she's a hunter and she kills animals and she's a murderer. He called her a murderer. But I say that all the thirsty dudes are texting in at 78592 because every single guy that's always like, I just want a guy's girl who will chug a beer with me and shoot a boar in the face with an arrow. Then she'll fart. She's the hottest. All those dudes are texting in right now being like, hook me up with Eileen. I want to go out with her. She's a hunter. She sounds awesome. I'll go kill animals with her.
We even got a text message that says, I'm a straight woman, but I'd love to date her too.
We got a text in that says, give her my number. She wants a real man. I'm about to go to jail for 2 weeks.
No. Eileen doesn't want
But
that
we
either.
can go hunting when I get out.
What are you going to hunt, though, bro?
I'll see if I can hook you up, all right? Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
One of the secrets in dating is if you have a bad date, never accept blame for anything. Any good relationship expert will tell you, always pass the blame, never accept responsibility for your own actions.
God,
you can blame the food, you can blame the weather, you could do what Victor, who's on the phone for a second date update, did, and you can blame your boss for ruining your date. All sorts of people that you can blame for screwing up your date. What's up, Victor? How are you?
Hey, guys. I'm good. How are you?
Victor,
pretty good.
Why are you playing the blame game, man?
Well, I take responsibility for a couple of things, but, I feel like I did everything right as much as I could have, given the circumstances.
Really?
Tell us before you get into your actual date. Tell us about the girl you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name's Zoe.
Zoe. All right. And where did you meet Zoe?
We met through a friend of a friend.
Okay, that's exciting. How did you feel when you first saw her?
I mean, she was super cute. Just kind of radiated a little bit. I was pretty impressed. She looked a lot better in person than she did in the picture, and so
that's always a bonus. And I hope you told her that. I hope you told her that she looks better in person than she does in pictures, and tell her to stop taking pictures.
I couldn't tell her that. I didn't tell her that. I just after a few seconds of meeting her, I had to actually excuse myself.
Really?
Oh, really?
Why?
And that's kind of where my boss comes in. He had kept me about 10 to 15 minutes later than I had expected, so I was late for the date. So in order to get there, I had to run, and in doing so, worked up a bit of a sweat, and kind of got a little bit of a stank to me by the time I actually got to the restaurant.
So wait, did you sit down and then realize your own smell and then have to excuse yourself?
No, I mean, I could, as soon as I closed the door to the restaurant, when you're you kind of go from inside to outside, and all of a sudden just you could tell.
You wafted. It was a wafting smell.
Yeah, exactly. Like a stink pocket.
So is that why you think she's not calling you back, because she noticed the funk coming from you?
I don't know that she noticed the funk. I went over to the table and just said, hey,
I'm here. I'm sorry. I just got to go run and hit the bathroom real quick. And when I did, all I had on me was a little bit of cologne, like a little sampler.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of doused myself in it just to kind of at least mask the smell. I know. But it was all I could do.
Great idea. Using cologne to cover up body odor never goes wrong.
Everyone knows that is the worst possible move. Obviously, you take a sink shower at the bathroom. That's what you should have done. You got towels there. You just get it wet. You get your armpits drenched down. You take care of business.
You should have been with me. There's no real handbook on this. I didn't know that.
Well, I am an expert on body odor, so...
Yeah. You have come to the foremost expert in the world on body odor, Brooke. So you didn't do that. You doused yourself in cologne. Do you think she noticed?
Well, I was hoping she wouldn't. But when we got the appetizer, she definitely called the waiter back over and was like, I think there's something very pungent about this, as in not in a good way.
She thought it was the food.
Well, she thought I definitely steered her in that direction as well. I encouraged that a little bit.
What's the expiration date on these cheese sticks? Because it smells like they've turned a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea what to do, so I kind of demanded that the waiter just take the appetizer away. And
Oh my gosh, that's so awkward.
yeah, no, it was awkward. But I'm not going to be, the guy that's like, yeah, no, it's me. It's my stinky armpit. Don't worry about it.
So, but she had to have noticed when they took the appetizer away that the smell stayed.
I don't know that she did it. Maybe she just kind of, how you just get used to things after a while? Maybe that's where it went. Because actually, from there on out, our conversation was great. It, kind of hit on all the right notes, about family, career, 5-year goals. I mean, it really got kind of deep.
Whoa.
And so, I don't know.
You had a good conversation despite being late and then smelling like poo.
Yeah, pretty much.
So don't tell me that you gave her a hug at the end of the night.
Actually, I did.
Oh!
That is a terrible idea.
Oh, no.
Yeah, why?
Well, it was kind of like a surprise hug, though. I mean, she was leaving the restaurant, and I kind of just came up behind her and just quickly just wrapped my arms around her.
Ew.
That sounds worse than hugging her with body odor.
So now you got a creepy, stinky hug, is what she got.
From behind.
Yeah, I mean, I know it wasn't perfect by any means, but it was just kind of a little show of affection and kind of say, I had a great time. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Use your words next time would be my advice.
Well, I'm trying to use my words now, but she's not answering my phone calls, and hopefully you guys can help me out with that.
Yeah, that is not shocking news to me at all,
Yeah.
Victor.
It sounds like she was really impressed by you.
No, I know. Listen, I really like this girl. She's one of the most normal people I've gone out with in a long time, and those two things. It's funny and stuff, but it's look, I can always be on time. I can always take a shower. Those things I can change. I just need a redo here. I really do.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll try to get you your redo. We'll play a song, come back, and then call her and get your second date update, all right?
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Victor is on the phone, and today he wants to call a woman named Zoe. And I'm surprised he's not getting a call back because they played the most fun first date game ever. Where's that smell coming from? It's always a fun game to play on a first date. And unfortunately for Victor, that smell was coming from him because he showed up late. He had to actually run there, and by the time he got there, he had body odor, so he excused himself to the bathroom, put on a bunch of cologne, and smelled pungent. He blamed the smell on the appetizer, but I don't know if his date bought it. All right, Victor, you ready to call Zoe and see if it was your funky armpits that did you in?
Yeah, I'm all set.
And can you promise when you take her out again, no from behind surprise hugs? Nobody wants that.
It was an awkward moment.
Yeah.
Forgot to add that along with the smell, when they were walking out of the restaurant, Victor just grabbed her from behind and gave her a hug. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming that was not only creepy, but also very smelly, and she realized it wasn't coming from the appetizer.
Yeah, well, he didn't try to throw her in the trunk of his car, so she was probably good with it.
Well, she's lucky we didn't go to dessert, because that's probably what I would have done.
You're sick, Victor.
Well, the way this date went for you, it wouldn't surprise me at all. All right. I'm going to dial her phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, and find out why she's not calling you back, okay?
I really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yep. All right, no problem. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Zoe, please?
This is Zoe.
Hi, Zoe. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Jubal?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Do you know Jubal or do you not know Jubal?
I've heard of... Wait, where are you guys from?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio program. Some people might call it a showgram.
Oh,
No,
that's
smart. It's a radio show.
Wait, am I on the radio?
Do you want to be? Because we can make that happen because it's a radio show, you know? We can make that happen if you want to be.
Why are you calling me?
Do you want to know why?
Yes, that's why she asked, Jubal.
Okay, cool. We're calling you because we got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Who?
Well, his name is Victor, and you guys went out on a date.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Why would he email a radio station about our date?
Well, because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update, so Victor is confused why you won't call him back.
That's weird.
It is.
Why? Because it should be obvious why you're not calling him back? Is that why it's weird?
I mean, I would have thought so.
Really?
It was odd. No.
You know, Zoe, from Victor's description of the date, he also knows it was kind of weird, but he really liked you and would like a shot at a do-over, but he says he can't get a hold of you. I mean, what's the reason that you don't want to call him back?
I mean, we're very different people. I mean, I've been on several, first dates that were a little off, but this one was just like, I can't explain. I don't want to embarrass him or anything, but
We talked to him already, and there's no way you could embarrass him any more than he's already embarrassed himself telling us about the date. So
he told
we're
us a
worried about
lot.
Okay, well, then you probably already know. I mean, it was kind of inappropriate what happened.
Oh my God, it was the hug. It was the weird back hug, wasn't it, at the end? He told us about the surprise hug. He came up from behind. I would have punched him.
Awkward.
It was awkward, but he didn't seem harmful, so no, I didn't punch him or anything. But that wasn't even the weird part, honestly, not the weirdest part of the date.
Are you talking about him showing up late and smelling like a used gym towel?
No, I mean, I knew something smelled, but I didn't notice him smelling any particular way.
Okay, so what are you talking about then? Because those are two really big red flags that he described to us.
Okay, so the conversation, it got pretty in-depth, which is kind of nice on a first date, but I don't know if he was doing it on purpose, but he just got a little too personal with some of his questions.
Like what?
Okay, so we talked about goals in life, which I think is pretty important. And he's very much a numbers guy. And he said he wanted to retire early.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked me, had I ever thought about it? When did I plan to retire? And I said, well, I haven't. I mean, I'm like in my mid-20s. It's just not something I've really thought about. And he gets kind of focused at this point and takes out his laptop at the restaurant to start to see when I can retire.
Wait, he's like analyzing her financial situation?
Yes. He's like asking me, like, what do I do for a job and how much money do I make? Do I have a 401k and savings and all this?
Wow.
Wow, that's a little...
It was a little creepy to me. I didn't want to tell him. All of that's kind of personal. And I said, well, I don't really know. And he said, well, just guesstimate.
So it's more like he's your financial planner at this point rather than you're on a date with a dude.
Right. I'm trying to think about, do I want to, give you a kiss at the end of the night? Not when do I want to retire?
All right.
And it got really weird because I said he asked if my parents were rich. And he said, well, what is their estimated date of death, do you think?
Oh, no way.
Oh, my God. It'd be more concerning if you had a date.
When we talked to him, he told us that you guys had some really deep conversations.
Oh, my gosh.
Really deep, like too deep.
Yeah. He took that as having a deep, meaningful conversation, and you obviously took that as a weirdo who's trying to figure out when you can retire and when your parents are going to die.
Yeah. I mean, is this what he does all the time? I don't know. It weirded me out.
Yeah.
You know what else is weird? He's actually on the phone listening and wants to talk to you right now.
What?
he's been listening this whole time?
Yeah.
Zoe, there is nothing wrong with what I did. I was doing you a favor.
Oh.
Usually I charge like $500 for my services.
Oh.
But you don't talk about that on a first date. I mean, who brings a laptop to a first date anyway? Look, you were asking me all these questions about money, not what, my life aspirations were, or did I want to have kids one day, all these important things, and it was just numbers. What was
Well,
that?
we were going to get to that. I mean, everybody should be educated about their finances.
That would have been on our second date.
Personal stuff first.
I mean, I was really concerned. You didn't seem to have a clue.
What? It really wasn't what I was worried about at the time.
You can't just go and call her clueless right now. I mean,
Well, listen, she had no idea. She had no clue when she wanted to retire. How to retire. What kind of payments to be making in the meantime. How to set herself up. I mean, it was atrocious.
maybe she just didn't want to discuss it with you, basically a total stranger.
Yeah.
On a first date.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you,
this was
Zoe.
a date, Victor, not a meeting set up so you could do her financial plan.
Well, I just seemed important, and this is how I showed I care.
Oh, okay.
One of those like your 7 love signs or whatever it is to show how you love someone.
There's only 5, and I guarantee you that's not one of them.
You don't think financial planning is a love language? I don't know. I'm not
No,
sure.
it's not. And why would you ever even ask me when I thought my parents would die? You didn't even ask their names. This is not appropriate.
Because I didn't mean that I wanted to know when they were going to... Well, I mean, I did want to know when they were going to die, but not for the creepy reason. It's just that the average men die at 84.7, and women are at 87.3. And I thought that I could calculate, therefore, how, when, and if you're going to get an inheritance, given the fact that that would be roughly around the time that they may pass. And I could factor it into your retirement plan.
I'd rather think about them living to like 120. I love my parents.
But not to mention, if you're the oldest daughter, statistically, you're going to be the ones financially responsible for taking care of them in their old age.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten to that yet. I'm very aware. That's a very important factor. But she kept blocking me on the inheritance aspect of it, so I couldn't get that far.
Oh, that's terrible.
She's an inheritance blocker.
This is so ridiculous. Why are we even talking about this?
Well, because Zoe, I think you need to hear the hard truth, and that's that you have got to get yourself set up for a good future, you know?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, Victor. Victor, you were the one that called us and you wanted a second chance. What happened to that? Like, she told you what was wrong. Why aren't you apologizing instead of just attacking her further?
I'm not trying to attack her. Look, I mean, this is very important. You know, I mean, it's your financial well-being in the long term. If we're talking about a relationship, it's long term. Come on, where's your head?
It's a first date.
But shouldn't you know whether you're compatible with the person before you even start to care about the finances?
Yes.
I ran the numbers. I'm compatible with her.
And I believe you did the research, Victor. I do.
You know what I mean? I guess I'm just more of a planner than you guys are, you know?
I don't know. I'm trying to plan a second date for you, though. Zoe, would you like to go on another date with Victor? We will pay for it.
You know, as tempting as it is, no.
Yeah.
No offense. I don't think we're going to be that compatible because you're going to want to talk numbers, and I'm not. So thank you very much, but no.
Zoe, thank you for your time. Sorry it didn't work out for you.
It's fine. I don't want to go out with them again anyway.
Yeah.
And Victor, I'm sorry that didn't work out with Zoe, but, you know, if you have time to get dinner soon, I could probably use your help with a few things.
You've got my number.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
There's some people in this world who have no problem in the dating scene. no matter where they go, what they wear, how they smell, it just comes easy. And people are basically throwing themselves at them all the time.
Are you talking about hot people?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
just making sure we're all on the same page here.
I know what that's like.
Oh, really?
Because I've thrown myself at so many people.
Yeah.
Only because it's explicitly written in their ad.
Okay.
They say, when we cross paths, throw your body my way.
All right. Well,
And I listen.
that's good for you.
But we have to remember, Brooke, that there's people who just aren't as lucky in their romantic lives,
Okay.
you know?
I don't know.
Well, I know she's always really judgy about this. She thinks that everybody's in love all the time. But there's some people that struggle with it. For whatever reason, things just never seem to work out for them. And today we have a great opportunity to actually help out one of those people.
Because Jose's on the line.
No.
I'm here.
Everyone deserves love.
Yeah, we're not dealing with you today, Jose. We're going to help out someone who emailed us. His name's Gus.
Oh.
Gus, welcome to the show, man.
Hey man, how's everything going?
How could you be named Gus and not be in love? Gus is such a lovely, who doesn't love Gus?
Okay, your
No?
energy is not
Too much.
helping
Is
right
it
now.
too much for Gus?
No.
It's not right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to bring him up.
Tell us a little about your romantic situation. Why did you email us?
So yeah, I got married pretty early, and after my second divorce, it kind of seemed like all my relationships lasted 1 or maybe 2 dates.
Okay. So when was the second divorce?
It was pretty recent, a few months ago.
All right.
Sorry about that, man.
Nah.
Why are you always bringing the mood down in this conversation?
Asking. I mean, I think it's pertinent to the dating scene.
Okay.
After, only a couple months after your second divorce, it seems like, what do you expect? It takes a while to get going.
Yeah, and I tried everything. I tried Match, I tried Hinge, and one night I got so desperate, I tried women behind bars.
Please tell me that's who we're calling for the second date update.
Yeah, is that? No, even that didn't work out. So I just kind of stopped trying, because everybody says when you least expect it, it'll just hit you.
Okay.
Everyone says that. Everyone that's already married says that.
Well, Gus has been married twice, so he should know.
So,
I guess.
So where did it hit you?
So I was actually working at this pawn shop, and I met this pretty girl. She was so sweet. Her name was Ellie.
Ellie, okay.
And it was kind of a little surprising for me because at this pawn shop, the crowd here is a weird crowd,
Right.
I'm literally imagining the show Pawn Stars. Yeah. Everyone that goes in there, so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we started talking, and we hit it off.
Okay.
That's awesome, man.
And so I got the digits, and we started texting each other. And I was really honest with her about, my luck with women.
Okay.
And I asked her out. So she met me after work for some froyo at this plaza strip. So we just, I thought it was romantic. We just went around these antique shops and just kind of chilled and talked.
That's cute.
Okay. Were you getting a good vibe from her?
I was, but then it seemed like she just kind of wanted to get out of there before the date was over. Had all the stuff planned.
Did you mean her mood changed suddenly, or she seemed that way the entire time?
No, I think somewhere along she just, it seemed like she was in a hurry to just kind of leave and get back. And I didn't know why. I was having a great time.
Okay.
Was there any moment where you tried to kiss her or hug her or anything like that?
I guess right before she left, but I'm feeling like she's the one I let get away because we had more of a connection than even my second wife.
Oh, you just marry random people?
I gotta say, I'm a little worried at how fast you're moving, guys. I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but you just got divorced a couple months ago.
Is this a second date update? Are we calling for you to ask her for her hand in marriage?
No,
come on.
No way.
No.
I had to ask.
Why do you feel that? What about her says she's the one that got away to you?
Other than the fact that she physically got away as I was crying out for her.
What?
She literally left.
Yeah.
I know, it makes it sound like you were chasing her. You weren't chasing her, were you, Gus?
No, I wasn't chasing her, but I was definitely calling her name like, hey, what's up? Why you leaving? What's going on?
Yeah.
So you were talking to her as she was walking away from you?
Yeah, she said she had to go. So I guess we were kind of still talking if I'm talking to her and she's acknowledging that I'm speaking.
Yeah, I hear you. Bye.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a dramatic exit.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, maybe you put off this vibe and you freaked her out. Because honestly...
What vibe?
Like the vibe of like, you're the one, you know? Like maybe you were too intense.
No, I don't think so. I mean, she gave me the digits.
Yeah.
That's before the date.
Talking to you, Gus, I don't get the vibe of intensity coming
He
off
just said
of
that
you.
he went with Froyo with this girl at a strip mall, and all of a sudden she's the one that got away.
Yeah, it's called romance, Brooke. Look it up. Okay, so here's what we're going to do for you.
Intense.
Here's what we're going to do, Gus. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Ellie, and we'll try and get you your second date update, all right?
All right.
All right, hold on. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, one of our listeners, Gus, is looking for a little bit of a dating life overhaul.
Yeah.
It's Extreme Love Makeover, Gus Edition. Because he told us he hasn't had a lot of success in the dating scene since his second divorce a few months ago. He's tried a bunch of different dating sites, even women behind bars at one point. I'm not even making that up. He says he really tried that, didn't pan out. But recently, he met a woman named Ellie when she stumbled into his pawn shop one day. And for their first date, they went and grabbed some froyo, wandered around an antique store. And after a while, she was telling Gus she had to go. But he now calls Ellie the one who got away. Because she literally got away while Gus was yelling after her, asking why she's leaving.
I don't think that's what they mean with that saying, but okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's changed my perspective on it, for sure.
It's supposed to be more literal.
Yeah,
I see. Yeah.
I think it's literal. But Gus, we're about to call her. How you feeling right now?
I'm a little nervous, but it's going to be great to hear from her. You know, it's been a while since I've actually heard her voice.
Aww.
And by the way, she has legs for days, the most beautiful, just legs.
Okay. Weird time to make that comment.
That's a little out of place.
No, I'm really glad that I know that before I made the phone call. Otherwise, this would have gone much differently.
I mean, Gus, I'm a little worried about you. You're putting a lot of pressure on this, you know?
I don't think so. I think she's just maybe a little nervous to really fall in love again. I think she's just scared to fall in love, you know.
That's the thing. People are. Really. Seriously. People are scared to commit and fall in love.
And it hit her, and so she ran away from him in the parking lot of an antique store.
Yeah, Brooke.
Okay.
All right, I guess we'll find out if Ellie's scared of love or just scared of you.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm going to dial the number. Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Ellie?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Ellie.
Who is this? Who's speaking?
My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. I'm calling you today with all my co-hosts, Brooke, Jose. We have Alexis here too. We're doing something called a second date update. Have you ever heard of that before?
I think so.
Oh, okay. We're on the right path.
All right.
Congrats. Here we are, Ellie.
So far, so good on this phone call.
Am I coming in with the right tone this time?
Yes, okay. I'm appreciating it now. But here's the thing, Ellie. The way that this works is if you go out on a date with someone, and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can email our show, and we'll reach out to that person for you to try and figure out the reason why they're ghosting. And recently, you were out with a guy named Gus.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
See, she's so in love.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't enter anything, though. Like, I didn't call you. Did he call you guys?
See, that's how this works. Like, he emails us, and then we call you to try and figure out, on his behalf, to try and figure out what went wrong on your date, because he had a really good time with you. He's a little bit confused why afterwards you've been kind of MIA.
Oh, my God. So he's already talked to you about the date?
Yeah. He told us a little bit about how everything played out, that you guys went to Froyo, went to an antique store, you met at his pawn shop, and then at the end of the date, you were saying that you just had to get going, and you were kind of walking away while he was trying to keep things alive.
Oh, my God. Okay.
I mean, he thought it was a romantic time. Like,
well, it's not. I mean, it's the commercial, like, shopping thing where the pawn shop is. So he didn't take me anywhere. I just met him at the pawn shop. And then we walked to, like, a couple antique stores that were in this desolate shopping mall.
Oh, you expected more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly the cutest little commercial shopping area. It's pretty, like, dead.
Business park, like.
I mean, that's kind of on you that you built it up in your head that it was going to be something else.
Well, that's not a lot of planning, though. I mean, you literally are taking me to the same shopping center where you work.
Yeah, but he mentioned to us that you also left before he had, other things planned.
He didn't go into any more detail about that, why I left.
He wasn't sure.
He didn't know. He said that you just had to go, that you had something else going on.
No.
Why are you laughing?
Oh my God, I can't believe you didn't bring this up.
What happened?
So after going to a couple of the shops and you bought me froyo, we went into one shop. There was like no signage on it, and it seemed like it was like empty until we go in and it's like a waiting room area.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What is this?" And he's like, "Shh, just wait a second, you'll see." I'm like, "Okay." So we go and we sit down. He's like flipping through a magazine. So after like 5 minutes, this lady comes out of like some back room or something, and she like looks over at us and she looks stunned.
What?
And so I was like, "Oh, does she already know him?" And then she comes over to us and she's like, "Gus, yeah, you're gonna need to leave."
Whoa.
Wait, she was talking to you or she was talking to Gus that he needed to leave?
No, she was talking to him, and she was like, "This is a therapist's office. Like, you can't keep doing this." And I was like, "He just brought me to his therapist?"
A therapist with blacked out windows in a strip mall? No
Exactly.
signage?
What did he say?
He, like, mumbled something, like, it wasn't a big deal or whatever. Like, this was just normal for him.
What?
Well, so I have a lot of questions
Same.
about the
I
story
have
that
so
you just
many.
told us. It's not really clear to me. I think we need to ask Gus to clarify because, Ellie, Gus has been on the other line listening, and he wants to talk to you.
I thought I just had to deal with you guys. Oh, my God.
No, sorry, there's more. Gus, you there?
Jesus.
Hey, beautiful. How you doing?
Oh, God.
Oh,
Not
Gus.
this time. Bad timing.
Again.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the office that you were in.
What happened there?
Look, if I really, really like someone, I introduce her to my therapist, just so she kind of gets to know someone who is also important to me, because that's an important relationship to have. I see my therapist a lot.
Well, that's great, Gus, and we really encourage mental health here, but this is a first date.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You don't go from froyo to therapist.
Thought it was a sentimental thing. I thought she would appreciate that. I thought she would care that I was doing something so thoughtful.
You at least introduce her to the ex-wives, dude.
I mean, maybe like there's some positives that will come out of like a therapist session. You could be honest with each other. You could break down your past,
They don't
weirdness.
have a past, Jeffrey.
Well, no, like this is his way to open up about his past.
Ellie, where are you at? I mean, his explanation is nice.
I guess my biggest thing was that, like, the therapist said, like, you can't keep bringing women in here, which means that you've done this before. Like, you brought other women.
Like I said, I date a lot. And sometimes I find more than one girl who I'd like to introduce to the other girl that means a lot in my life.
Yeah,
Now this is all making a lot more sense because you were telling us that most dating things with you only last 1 or 2 dates.
Yeah.
If you're taking them all to the therapist,
Yeah, that's why.
that's
exactly
most likely
why.
the reason that they're scared.
So maybe I shouldn't do that?
Gus, are you not listening to your therapist? She was angry and telling you not to do this. You don't need us to also follow that.
She's also giving you that advice. You said you listened to her,
I
right?
mean, you seem like a good dude, and it's great that you're trying to get your mental health in order, but your therapist can't be the one who is running your dating life for you. Like, she's there to give you tools so you can do it on your own.
Yeah. A massage therapist, that's a strong move for a date. So, I mean, Ellie, talk to him. How are you feeling? Like, do you see the potential for another date with him? And, don't think of me as being your therapist here right now. I'm just trying to get you guys to open up to each other a little.
I mean, I really liked Gus. I thought he was very handsome and very charming, but I think he's got to take a break from finding the love of his life and just, like, focus on him.
It's like single couples
Okay,
counseling.
do you hear that, Gus? Is that something that you're hearing?
Yeah, and I think it'd work out even better if you could go with me.
You're not hearing.
Well, Gus, I'm sorry, dude.
All right, thanks, man.
Oh,
It's
don't be sad,
okay.
buddy.
It's okay. You're going to find somebody out there eventually. Now, the one that got away actually did finally get away.
Yeah. It's all about you, Gus. Work on you. You got this.
Thanks, guys. I mean, maybe I should just start dating my therapist. I mean, she's pretty hot, too.
No, you're not.
How are her legs?
Stop it, Jeffrey.
Moving 92.5.